it's dripping like water. Teaching her, but I don't have a daughter. I know me, I can pick up when I call her. Working big and it don't hurt to break, cause I'ma always do it how I wanna do it. Every time he lead a know he needs to know I got him running to it. I'ma need the full amount before we talk it that I'm waking up and thumbing through it. Run a like a runner do it. Stun on her till like a stunner do it. I'm the best, I'm the best.
EA Sports coverage of the NFL brings us to Acrisure Stadium on the north shore of the Steel City, Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. Tonight we kick off Week 7 with a great Thursday night matchup here between the Seattle Seahawks and the Pittsburgh Steelers. Getting toward the halfway point of the NFL season, Week 7 is underway on EA Sports. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback.
On one, ready?
Now they go play action now. Burrow. And he can't find anywhere to go with it. And he goes down. T.J. Watt in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year. The start less than ideal as they already face a 2nd and long. Another try after the first down sack. Burrow. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. That'll wind up a gain of 27 on the catch and run.
And CD, we have seen some great runs the last few times we've been together, but I think we can at least put this one in our top 5. That was a determined gallop there.
They will throw on first down with Burrow. And that'll be off the mark, too far out in front, and it's incomplete.
I like what they tried to do there. They didn't get a completed pass downfield, but they came up with a momentum play. Big-time gain on the previous snap, came right back and threw one deep, hoping to catch them on their heels.
Here now is 2nd and 10, again from the 41. They're passing here, Joe Burrow. Throwing for his running back, and he's got it, complete. And he'll be brought down, losing yardage back at the 40. It'll go as a loss of a yard, so now they deal with 3rd and 11.
Backed up here, tough spot, needing 11 yards to pick up the first.
On 3rd down, Burrow. And this one is incomplete.
One thing that you're going to see from this offense is that they love the matchup with their wide receivers against this secondary. That one wasn't successful, but don't expect them to back away from attacking all game long.
And here's Dixon to punt now as he gets this one away.
Landry now on the return. 12 yards on the return that time. And the Steelers will go on offense here, 1st and 10. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. They start the drive on the ground. It's Williams. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. Right off the bat, it's a first down to start the drive, 12 yards. The one unit I know you want to watch is that offensive line. If they keep clearing holes like that, it could be a long night defensively.
No doubt about it, because when they are in sync, as we're seeing so far, when that continuity is there, and you can see that they're playing off of each other while control.
And into the end zone. Touchdown, Pittsburgh.
Earlier in the week when they had their scouting report meeting, this was the explosiveness that they talked about trying to contain. They were concerned about it all week, yet he still did it to them. Wonder how that's going to carry over the rest of the game.
Extra point up and through by Myers. And that makes the score 7-0. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense.
They're riding a 2-game winning streak into this Thursday nighter. How easy is it when you're on a roll to stay on a roll given the quick turnaround?
Well, you would think it'd be pretty easy because everyone's locked in practice and meetings because everyone feels good about themselves. And for coaches, this is where they have to tell themselves, don't add too much. Don't worry about game plans as much as players. So look at your play sheet and think, give it to the guys who played best, and don't worry about the rest of it.
Now a deep ball there on second down, but it'll wind up incomplete.
They've given him some different looks here defensively in the early going. He's only hit 2 of his first 5 passes. With a big third down coming up, he's hoping he's got a play dialed up that can take advantage.
Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Sean Murphy-Bunting. And the Steelers are going to take possession of the football.
And I think this is a situation where a quarterback coach in the sideline is going to talk to a signal caller and say, listen, it's 3rd and long, and it's still early in the game. Let's not force things here. If we don't feel good about it, let's just check something down and pump the football.
And he takes it down to the 10-yard line. Now they'll have it 1st and goal following that gain of 17.
They'll run here with Pierce. And he's in. Touchdown, Steelers. Dameon Pierce with his 2nd TD of the game, his 6th on the year. And the Steelers are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead.
Myers connects on the PAT, and it's now 14-0. The touchdown, here's Myers to boot it away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense.
And they are winners of 2 straight games as they have climbed back to 500 now on the season.
And you and I both know this can be a tough thing to figure out sometimes, because I remember a few weeks ago you and I having a conversation where we both thought that this was a season that could get away from them pretty quickly. Obviously not.
An excellent way to start the drive there, 18 yards. One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. Now it's Burrow. He's going to flip one out here to his running back.
And they're going to get this up to midfield.
Charles, Thursday night game, I think a lot of teams probably say shrink the playbook somewhat. Is that correct?
I think you're right about that, because you just don't have the amount of time that you have in a normal week to put in a full playbook. So as you said, you shrink the playbook, pick out the plays that work best for you. You know what else you're looking for? Who are the freshest guys coming off the last game to play on a Thursday night? Guys have a little extra pep in their step. You go to them early and often.
Now they face a 3rd down and 4 after that incompletion on 2nd down. From midfield now, Burrow buying time to his left. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
Well, how about the coverage we just saw him break out on 3rd down? Dime defense, blanketed the field with extra defensive backs and speed, unable to find an open hole to complete that pass.
Burrow going for it on 4th. This is caught inside the 15. So how about this for field position after the big play? Inside the 15 now as they come up on 1st and 10. From the shotgun, it's Burrow. And he's left with no option here but to throw it away. So another incompletion there. He's hitting on fewer than half his pass attempts in this one, and that is not a winning formula.
Yes, let's make sure we give a little bit of credit to the defense here. They're giving him a lot to think about, a lot of different looks, and he seems a little bit confused trying to complete passes.
Throwing again, it's Burrow. Finding a safety valve here. That's complete. And all the way to the 2-yard line there before crossing over out of bounds. It's a good gain of 11. Sets him up 1st and goal.
Burrow bats it forward. It's a jet sweep.
And he's going to score. It's a Seahawk touchdown.
Christian Watson.
His 9th touchdown of the season.
And the Seahawks are back within a score.
Boswell good with the extra point. And that'll make our score 14-7. Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown.
Fielded just outside the goal line. And he returns this to the 22. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. They are currently mired in a losing streak. Now they get the short week for the Thursday night game. Do you see that as a potential positive, or is this just more in what has been really a string of bad luck for them?
Well, to me, it comes down to leadership, and leadership's got to spin it into a positive and make it an advantage for them. Yes, we're in a losing streak. Yes, no one thinks we can win, but we have the resources we need right here in this room. Let's go ahead and play better. Let's hang together and shock the world a little bit. Put it all together, they've got a chance of coming out with a W.
And he'll be brought down right at the 45-yard line.
74 yards rushing for him now as he has gotten the night off to a hot start.
A good gain on first, has him set up with second and just a couple of inches now from the 29. The play action fake, they'll look to throw.
And that one going to come up short. Low throw.
You got a young quarterback. Maybe that's just an example of a growing pain for him.
I think you're right about that, because when the game starts to move fast and it moves quickly on him, a lot of times they fall back on what they know best, their arm. He's slinging it on this one. Had a wide open target, but didn't have the proper footwork to increase his accuracy.
Pierce will try to pick it up.
And he's got the first down yardage as he brings this up to the 47. It's a gain of 3, and it gets him the first. Through one quarter, 14-7 our score. A couple of first downs on the drive already, as they'll go from the 47 now on first down.
Off the option, here's Williams. And a good push there defensively as they stop him at the 48. Gain of just 1. The Steelers at 2-4 here in the first half of the year. Yeah, they've lost 3 straight here. It kind of goes without saying, I guess, but they could certainly use a win.
Yeah, no doubt about that. There's a difference between a losing stretch and a losing streak, and right now, they're not playing the...
That's caught inside the 20. And into the end zone. Touchdown, Pittsburgh. Deontay Johnson, 52 yards.
And the Steelers go up by 2 touchdowns.
Extra point up and through by Myers. And it's now 21-7. After the touchdown, here's Myers to boot it away.
Taken at the goal line. And he'll be tackled just shy of the 25.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense.
Right now, Charles, it just feels like they're trying to keep pace. They did score the touchdown last time out, but they still trail by double digits here. We'll see if this offense is once again up to the task.
Yeah, and I think that after the last drive, they've got to be pretty revved up, don't you think? Everything they were doing was working pretty well. They go back out there with the same mindset, put the same tempo and the same pace. Still a lot of time left to make something happen in this one.
On 1st and 10, Joe Burrow.
He's going to launch this deep for Watson. That's into a crowd and intercepted. Picked up by Sean Murphy-Bunting. And the Steelers are going to have the football here at their own 18-yard line.
We don't see this often. A quarterback of his caliber, 2 first-half interceptions.
It's absolutely surprising because it happens so rarely. You're searching for what reason, what's going on out there. It's not just maybe the defense is playing well. Is this horoscope off? Is biorhythms? What is it?
You went horoscope on us, David.
Well, I was thinking maybe REM sleep was off. I'm trying to come up with something.
Anything, right?
The last run got 6. Now 2nd and 4.
Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. Rolling to his left. And now a fumble. The ball's out, but this will get out of bounds, so possession will stay the same. Maybe not exactly what they had in mind, but that scramble good for 6 and a first down. 2 minutes gone by, second quarter.
1st and 10, it's Pierce. And this is going to be a Steelers first down as he's got this up to the 40-yard line.
We've seen him break off a big run already in this game, and for a second, that one looked like it might be another.
Yeah, I think that any defense would say, look, we can't let him get to the second level because sometimes he'll break off the big run on his own, but oftentimes you get additional blocking at the second level, which gets you deeper into the secondary.
3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down.
Yeah, I don't know if it's exactly a win-win, but if you're on offense, you'll take that kind of a run, all right? It was kind of stacked up. Found a little bit of yardage, and frankly, they're pretty close to staying on schedule on offense. The playbook is still open for the coordinator.
A second down pass play there, but it's incomplete.
Oh, I saw this one with defensive eyes because even as he escaped the pocket and bought time, the coverage stayed tight. Nothing broke down. Throwing it away, that was his only option.
They head to the line facing a 3rd and 7 following the incompletion on second down.
The option to give to Williams here.
And he is going to lose yardage here. Now the Seahawks going to use the first of their timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this second quarter. So they're forced to punt on 4th as this one's away. And this will be taken at the 13. It's a 42-yard punt, but 8 on the return. And it'll be Seahawk football, 1st and 10.
Here we go.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense.
Still early in this one, Charles, but the last time this offense was out there, they threw their first interception of the ball game, so trying to avoid repeating that mistake here on this drive.
Here we go. And to put a positive spin on it, at least it happened in the first half and not in a close game in the 4th quarter, but you're absolutely right, partner. One of the last things this offensive quarterback wants to witness again. And
that ball going to be intercepted yet again. Picked off by Ahkello Witherspoon. And the Steelers are going to take possession of the football. A nightmare of a first half for him. That's now 3 interceptions. But, Charles, with his talent, if anyone can shake this off and right the ship, it's him.
I agree, because you don't get to be one of the best quarterbacks in the league without developing some major mental toughness. So I expect him to go to the locker room at halftime, hit the reset button, and come out a new guy in half number 2.
Yeah, he's able to push his way forward somehow for a gain of about 2 yards. Second down now.
And with that run, he's already at 100 yards here before halftime. So if he sees the same kind of action in the second half, he could be on his way to a career game.
All right, rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. Picked off by Kelvin Joseph. And the Seahawks are going to take possession here at their own 16-yard line.
They've got a pretty comfortable lead right now, but maybe a little too careless with the football that time for the rookie.
I think the key word there is comfortable. And there's 2 schools of thought on it. With that type of a lead, maybe you can take a few more chances because you have a cushion. Others will tell you, don't eat up the cushion with careless play. He'll learn to ride that line as he moves on in his career.
And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down.
I don't think any of us were surprised that they decided to start this drive on the ground after the last 2 drives ended in interceptions.
Unfortunately, though, not a lot going on that first play.
Yeah, I think the anticipation was felt also by the defense.
Here's a throw right side taken in by his tight end. And they work this well upfield across the 45. The previous play, they barely got back to the line of scrimmage. Now they pick up over 30 yards. The big play has them all the way out near midfield for a 1st and 10. Here's Burrow setting up to throw it. He's got his man. That's Everett, the tight end. And he takes this just a few yards shy of the red zone before going out. That'll be marked as a 27-yard pickup. And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action.
Here we go, here we go.
Throwing now, Burrow on 1st down. Catch made by Watson on the out route. And they are able to stop him, but he does take it all the way to the 2. This is 1st and goal and a golden chance to get a score back here before halftime. Now the Steelers put a stop to the action with a timeout defensively. And they'll be disappointed to have to burn one there after giving up the 1st down.
On 1, ready?
Now it's Burrow. End zone caught. Touchdown, Seattle. Christian Watson with his 2nd touchdown here in this first half. And the Seahawks have cut it back within a score. Extra point put through by Boswell. And they're back within a touchdown at 21-14. Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully. The Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive.
As the offense comes out here, Charles, maybe perhaps a bit more of a focus on the run game for this drive after tossing an interception on the previous one?
I think that's a good way to look at it and a good way to think about it, but maybe they get to it in a little bit different way because after you throw an interception, you want to make sure you keep your quarterback's confidence high. So maybe give him a couple easy throws that he can complete and then get to the running game and try and get things settled down.
And still in the first half here, a long way to go.
This is Shepard on the catch. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2. And now the Seahawks are going to call another timeout as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play.
We didn't need to ask around the league, but we got to confirm this guy's a good player. They've got to find a way to get him more involved, call a few more plays that target him.
Absolutely, because here we are toward the end of the first half, and that's the first target, not just the first catch, first target.
On 2nd down, here's Pierce.
And he's able to take it across midfield before going out of bounds. They'll look to throw now on 1st down.
Swings this one out wide for Pierce.
And he maybe makes it back to the line of scrimmage. That's it. Now he'll look to throw here on 2nd and 10. And seeing nowhere to throw, he chucks this one away from harm. Incomplete. Now it's 3rd down.
That incompletion certainly makes this upcoming 3rd down a little bit more crucial. They need to find the right play to convert here and maybe start to tamp down a little bit of momentum the other side is starting to gain.
On third down, he'll drop to throw. Here's Johnson with a reception. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. Nice third down conversion and even 20 yards.
With the kind of game he's had so far, you had to know that on third down that they would be looking his way, and they did, for big yardage and a first down. I think the defense fell asleep at the switch on that one. I would have doubled him, tripled him, anything to keep the ball out of his hands.
Now the Steelers use the second of their 3 timeouts as the clock will stop with 33 seconds to go in the first half. The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. Back to throw here. It's hauled in by Shepard.
And he'll be taken down at about the 22-yard line.
Here comes play number 9 now as they come up on a 3rd and 3. They'll set up a throw. Eluding the pressure right. That's incomplete, but there is a flag down, so hang on. A big call coming on 3rd down. Now, if you're going to get rid of it, you better get outside the pocket.
Yeah, you have to get outside of that tackle-to-tackle box, right? Get out there, and then you can do it legally, but he wasn't able to do so, and they end up losing the down as well.
Myers' kick is good, and the lead works its way up to 10, 24-14. So a big play before the end of the half to get him into this spot, and they cash in with 3.
How about the 1-2 to the solar plexus on that one? The big play, the field goal, not much time left on the clock. That's the way to go into the half.
So already not the best of kick returns there, but that penalty, that adds insult to injury and backs him up even closer to the goal line.
Yeah, not ideal field position to begin a drive, is it? Because the extra pressure now goes on the offense. They've got to get some early yards and get away from the shadow of their own goalposts. What every offense wants to do in this situation, get 2 first downs to help out with field position at the least.
And we welcome you back live now inside the booth alongside Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin, set and ready to rock for the 3rd quarter. So time for the 2nd half as the Steelers have the lead, and they will also be receiving the football here to start the 3rd quarter. And that'll be a little too hot to handle as it will skip through the end zone for a touchback here. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive.
But Charles, for them, pretty good first half on the ground. They had some success running the ball in quarters 1 and 2, and they've got the lead. Now a chance to expand upon that lead here with their first drive in the 3rd quarter.
Yeah, and believe it or not, you and I have noticed that this great game of football has shifted towards pass first, run second. So for me, it's really nice to see some of these teams keeping the ground game as a big component of their offense, and it's working pretty well for them now. And let's face it, they can continue to do damage with it. And in addition, it sets up the pass game really well for them too.
Crossing route catch made by Johnson.
And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. The previous play, they barely got back to the line of scrimmage. Now they pick up over 30 yards.
Running it out of the gun with Pierce.
And nothing much materializing there on the first down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it.
Well, any lane that might have been open there was closed pretty quickly, and that was because the defensive front, they won that battle at the point of attack at the line of scrimmage. They used great leverage, held their spot, and stacked him up.
Meanwhile, the throw here is complete, and he gets it down a yard or 2 shy of the 30 before he's out of bounds. So the completion good for 7 there, and 3rd and 1 now.
So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the first down. Going for it with Pierce.
And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 37-yard line. Boy, that's a 5-yard loss. 4th down now. Myers' kick is good, and that will extend their lead even further.
Well, they picked up right where they left off in the first half. First drive after the break, they come away with 3 and increase that lead.
Yeah, and you just want to keep building on that lead, don't you? Whether it's 6 points or 3 points, take everything you can get, keep maneuvering, keep adding to it, keep making it difficult for them to come back.
Here we go, here we go.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And their deficit a little wider now than it was at halftime following the field goal a moment ago.
But the goal is still the same.
And for the 4th time tonight, it's an interception. Picked up by Sean Murphy-Bunting. And the Steelers will take over possession here up at the 44. I think it's safe to say this is a game he's not going to forget anytime soon, Charles. 3 interceptions.
It's rare that we see 3 interceptions by one team, let alone by an individual. And I think that after the second one, he's probably telling his teammates, any ball that's in the air, it's going to be mine. And that turned out to be true.
Here's a throw out wide, complete to his running back right side. Just a gain of a couple there. And that'll bring up second down.
All defenses worry that whenever anyone catches the ball and has a head of steam come out of the backfield, it can turn into a big play with missed tackles or he runs through people. But they were right there waiting, and they stopped him for a minimal gain.
Flushed out right. And he's just going to get rid of this thing. To no one here. He throws it away, and now it's third.
Well, sometimes an incompletion is the right play, and he showed that he's learned from his earlier interception on that throw. Instead of forcing it, he just tossed it away.
So the failure to connect on second down, that leaves him staring up here at a 3rd and 8. They'll set up to throw.
And this pass broken up. Excellent coverage there on 3rd down, as that was not an easy one to hold on to.
The Steelers send out their punter now, as he'll kick it away for the second time. His first punt, 45 yards. This looks good as well. And a little too much mustard on that one. It hits a couple yards into the end zone. A missed opportunity there maybe to pin him back.
On 2.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. Well, this offense trying to change the script here a little bit, CD. Trailing on the scoreboard, and the last time out on the very first play of the drive, they threw that interception.
And you definitely saw his coaches, teammates come over to him on the sideline, trying to help him shake it off, because in this game, his team is down right now. So it's important to make sure you get some confidence back for both the quarterback and the entire offense. Otherwise, those mistakes could continue to pile up.
On 2nd and 11 now. Burrow. He's got a man, complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. A very nice pickup of 33 yards. Now the Steelers put a stop to the action with a timeout defensively. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this 3rd quarter. Burrow will throw. Forced out to his left. And incomplete on the deep ball.
Well, defensively, they haven't let him just sit in the pocket and get comfortable, and that's opposite a lot of game plans in today's NFL. Ordinarily, you're trying to keep the quarterback hemmed in. In this case, they brought the heat, and if he flushes out, they're fine with that, and they force another incompletion.
Now a second down throw for the end zone, but it's incomplete.
Well, we've talked about it, CD, but it bears repeating. They are struggling to throw the football. All the interceptions and more incompletions. It just doesn't look like things are in sync out there.
I would agree with that, and it's not a good day when you feel like an incomplete pass is almost a win for you because it wasn't intercepted. And I think the receivers now, when they're running their routes, they want to catch the ball, but they also want to make sure that the defenders don't take it away.
This one complete to Jerry Jeudy.
And they're going to have themselves another first down as the tackle's made at the Steelers' 32-yard line. A sizable 16-yard chunk there. The drive continues. Again, it's Burrow. That's going to be caught. Touchdown, Seahawks. Tyler Lockett with career touchdown number 60.
And the Seahawks have got it back to within a score.
Boswell good with the extra point, and the lead will shrink to 6. Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. The Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive. Pretty important third quarter drive for them. Momentum has sort of shifted the other direction after that last touchdown as they nurse this small lead. And they nearly get this all the way to midfield. Mark him down at the 49. Call that a very strong gain of 24. And they go backwards here, losing yardage back at the 48-yard line. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
I'll tell you what, this defense hasn't played its best, but they're still right in this football game. And if they keep making plays just like that, they're going to give their offense a chance.
Now this time he'll look to throw. He finds his man, complete. That's Shepard. And they'll get this down to around the 47-yard line. They are in need of 6 yards here if they hope to move the chains. They'll try the option right here on 3rd down. And he will slide to a stop. He does have the first down. That one goes for 13 yards, and it moves the sticks. I tell you, there is no antidote for speed, even at the quarterback position, as he keeps it himself and turns it into good yardage.
And it still takes time for a defender to react. Even as quarterbacks carry the ball more and more in today's NFL, they're still a little bit in disbelief and realize, oh my goodness, he's running with the ball. He may be 8, 10, 12 yards downfield at that point.
Now they contend with a 2nd and 12 after the loss. One quarter remains here in this Thursday night matchup. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. They've got 2nd and 12 from the 36. Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. And that's complete to Shepard. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. 18 yards there, down to the 18 and a first down.
Cougar 19.
Pierce takes it straight ahead. And he'll get this down only to the 18. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
He's definitely tough to get down. We just saw it right there. But how about what we did see? Pursuit, wrap up, and then the big finish with the tackle.
They stay on the ground. This time it's Williams. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. No gain on the play there, so that doesn't help. Now they're looking up in a 3rd and 9 situation.
Now, obviously, that's some good work there defensively, being able to stop them and bring up a key 3rd down. But if you're on the offensive side of the ball, there's an opportunity, because I know what defensive guys are thinking right now. Just stop them, get to the ball. That means they might not be sound defensively. There could be some opportunities.
And you said key 3rd down. Highlight that word, put it in bold. Here we go.
On third down, here's Pierce. And they go the wrong way here. Knocked back to the 20. He lost 2, and it brings up 4th.
Well, that was one of the few times they've been able to contain him thus far. He's over 100 yards for the game, but he lost a bit off his total on that carry.
So on now comes the kicker. It's Jason Myers. This to make it a 2-score game. Myers' kick is good, and that will make this a 9-point lead. So that's CD, an important one here in the 4th quarter.
And that importance cannot be overstated. All eyes on both sidelines were staring that one down all the way. The significance is that they made it a 2-score game. Still lots of time left to go, but likely that was their goal at the start of the drive. Get 3 points, make it a 2-score game, and they were able to get it done.
Here we go.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And the complexion of this one has changed a fair amount. That last field goal made it a 2-score game, so they need to get points out of this drive relatively quickly. A good run, got 7 on first. Here's 2nd and 3. Now it's Burrow. Oh, he'll air this one deep for Judy. And that will be incomplete. Trying to dial up the long way out there, but it'll be 3rd down.
Give it big credit for his coverage right there, because when he saw the route break deep, he stayed in position to prevent a completion while avoiding any risk of a flag.
The offense on 3rd down tonight, they've only converted once in 4 tries. This time it's 3rd and 3. Hands it off out of the gun. And he'll lose yardage here, going down back at the 28.
11.
Here we go. It's Burrow on 4th down. And they will touch him down, but not before he gets the first. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. From the gun, he'll hand this off. And taken down just shy of the 40.
Give credit to the defense for stringing that play out, and they gave up no cutback angle. You know he was trying to dart through. No place for him to go. A nice job there, only giving up a 3-yard gain.
From the 39, Burrow. He's going to launch this deep for Watson. And he's got it inside the 10. And all the way in, touchdown Seattle. Extra point now by Boswell. And the lead is down to 2.
Makes the score. Steelers 3.
Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. After the touchdown we just saw, we have a brand new ball game. And now look at the situation. You got plenty of time on the clock. Defensively, they have 3 timeouts. So do you run the football here or do you throw it?
I think you have that full conversation with your offensive unit, and you tell them, here's the situation. They've got all their timeouts, so we are not going to play this conservatively. We've got to attack them. We've got to make them use those. gain the ground that we need in order to put this game away. If you think we're just going to run it 3 times and punt it, you got another thing coming.
Yeah, I mean, by the way, also the 2-minute warning in play, so essentially 4 timeouts left.
They have to be aggressive here.
Oh, nice move. And he will slide to a stop. He does have the first down. A solid gain of 15 yards in the sticks move.
Well, that's the fear any defense has when the quarterback gets involved in the running game. You don't usually account for him, and he's hurting them today.
Yeah, he's been very involved in the running game. Defensively, when you've got the coverage good downfield, how do you account for him, though?
Occasionally, you start to spy him. Take someone who has the same agility, who can dance with him, run with him, and try and keep him in the pocket.
Yeah, it'll be especially critical here as we come down the stretch in the 4th. 2 minutes remain, and that's our score differential as well. 2 points here in the 4th quarter. And not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10.
A run for Pierce out of the gun. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up. So fresh out of the 2-minute warning, and here's another timeout taken with 1:55 remaining.
That's it. That's what you want. Straight ahead positive gain. Just keep that clock ticking.
This, in all probability, another run here on 2nd and 8. Now they'll run the option to the short side left. And he will be brought down at about the 43 that time. Now the Seahawks call the 2nd of their 3 timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. It'll be a nickel look here for the Seahawks on 3rd down. Back to throw. He finds his man, complete. It's Shepard. And he can only manage to get this to the 45-yard line, well short of the 1st. You hate to surrender the football when you're nursing a slim lead, but they're going to have to punt it away. Trust that defense.
It's the right play at this stage of the game as well. You don't need to press it here because you do have that little bit of a cushion, and you count on your D to make it stand up.
He'll look to throw. And it's knocked away and incomplete. The Steelers try it, but they come up empty on 4th down. And the Seahawks, they'll get the football back in outstanding field position. Both teams working on short rest, but this has been one of the better Thursday night games we've seen as they come up here on 1st and 10.
Here's Burrow.
And he can't get a throw away. He's taken down. The job becomes twice as difficult now after the sack. It's 2nd and 20.
Burrow.
Now a desperation throw deep downfield.
And that's intercepted yet again, and that could be the backbreaker.
Picked up by Ahkello Witherspoon.
And the Steelers have just about sewn up this football game.
I think you and I were a little surprised back earlier in the game when he threw a 2nd interception. I mean, who would have thought a quarterback of his caliber picked now 5 times?
It's beyond stunning to me because we're used to that with maybe a quarterback with less experience or less talent. But a quarterback of his caliber, I can't believe what we've just seen.
Absolutely. If you would have told me this coming into the ball game, I would have said never, not in a million years, but here we go. And the knee is taken for the Steelers out of the victory formation. And that knee will do it. So they snap the losing streak. Always a good feeling.
Yeah, I don't know if this one right here when they're taking a knee is as much exultation as exhalation, right? They just breathe a sigh of relief. Finally got a win. Needed one desperately.
What a ball game this was. What an atmosphere this was. And the home team getting the late touchdown, getting the victory, and now everybody in this building can file away with smiles on their faces.
And what do real estate people tell us all the time? It's location, location, location. So being at home, that can be a big deal because remember, they were down to their final chance to retake the lead. That home field advantage, I think it helped fuel all of what happened for them down the stretch.